But that Vikings game, maybe the fact that it was in Dublin, where a little Steeler magic from history may have been conjured, with the Rooney family and just with the unbelievable crowd there and the whole thing that went on there. I wonder if that cast a good spell over everything. I just wonder, because the defense that day, even though they had some breakdowns, was violent and destructive and vicious. I've spoken before about how these Steelers, I'm talking the T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward Steelers, the Mike Tomlin Steelers, their defenses, while they've done great things, have never lived up to their predecessors in terms of doing things in big games, but also in terms of being consistently intimidating. And they were again yesterday. That's 2 performances in a row. And for people who think that form of intimidating, brutal, violent, vicious defense is dead in the NFL, oh my God, just turn on that tape from yesterday. That was a 10-star performance. I can't believe that Dillon Gabriel survived. That little guy is taking all kinds of heat on social media. I thought it was amazing that he was standing, let alone still making a play here or there, after he took 16 quarterback hits and just got pounded. At one point, there were 4 Steelers tearing him limb from limb. I believe it was Peyton Wilson, Derek Harmon, T.J. Watt, and Nick Herbig, who was just an absolute monster. What a great draft pick he was. All 4 got a piece of him on the play, and Ian Eagles said, can you give sacks out as a third? He said, how about as a fourth? Each one gets a fourth of a sack. You had hits that were over the line, illegal. You had tons of hits that were very legal. And you had Jerry Jeudy pulling his arms back like Ron Cook from a check at a restaurant table. I mean, did you see that play? Did you see that play late in the first half? Juan Thornhill had Jeudy in his crosshairs, and Judy's arms became the size of, I don't know, Limit's legs.
Maybe a T-Rex's arms.
Yeah, well, maybe an alligator. They don't call it alligator arms for nothing. That, my friends, was pure intimidation. That was vintage Steelers defense, and I loved watching it. I just loved it. You can play old school defense in the NFL. You got to be willing, I guess, to go over the line a little bit, and they did at times. Who cares? That only serves to further the cause. That's what gets a guy like Jerry Jeudy looking around. That's what gets a guy like Dillon Gabriel wanting to get rid of the ball in 1 second, although I thought he hung in there pretty well considering the pounding that he was taking. So here's my question to you in the wake of that. In a year where I think the Steelers are clearly better than they were, and the AFC is clearly worse, and that's a great combination. Here's my question. The Steelers at 4-1 going in to face the Fighting Joe Flacco's, and what might they do to him? Some people might say they might lose. I don't think so. I think they break him in half too. The question I present to you is this. Is it too early for apologies from me, from a lot of you out there, to Mike Tomlin, to this defense, to Aaron Rodgers, etc.? Is it too early for apologies? Is it too early to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong? It's hard to say I'm sorry. Limits, it's hard to say I love you. There was an episode of Happy Days long before you were born where Fonzie, who was the cool one on Happy Days, couldn't say I love you. So the whole episode was him trying to say that. He would say, I love you, I love you. He couldn't say that. It's hard to say I'm sorry as well, and just let it stand as an I'm sorry. But guess what? I'm not quite ready. I'm not quite ready for that yet.